internet, Jesus loves you. My name is Cody, and this is the Christian news show we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays with geeksondergrace.com. And the first story of the day is about Ken Ham. If you don't know who Ken Ham is, he's a creationist responsible for answers in Genesis. He also had that debate with Bill Nye that he did terribly in. But the reason that he's in the news today is because he called atheism a false religion. And of course, atheists are really mad because it's totally not a religion, which I do see is partly true. There are atheists out there that just don't believe in God, and that's about all there is to it. But the atheists that are putting up billboards and starting up mock churches, I have to go with Ken Ham. You are a bit religious about your atheism. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you, not a big fan of Ken Ham, but I do believe the news agencies that are reporting on him are kind of missing the point. In his statement, he's basically saying that we need to watch out for false religions, such as atheism, he says, and make sure that we are equipped to fight against them. Granted, I assume he means not fight with weapons. But you know, be equipped, know what you're talking about, know your arguments. However, I think a big difference between me and Ken Ham is that he's a very intellectual. He's like, you need to know every argument that comes your way, whereas I'm just telling you, know what you believe in. I mean, hey, if you want to be one of those people that knows every single argument and have a huge debate with someone, by all means, go for it. Or you can go, I don't really know all the answers to your questions. All I know is that I've actually experienced God in my life. I'm not trying to make you believe. I'm just saying that I want you to have what I have. It's funny because atheists seem to believe that Christianity is the devil, which is obviously very backwards. You don't need to argue all the ins and outs. You just need to help them understand that that's not the case. Yeah, that's going on Twitter. Next up is movie news. God's Not Dead 2, the trailer has come out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I did not like the first one. I just found it kind of boring. But this trailer, link in the description down below, it looks actually pretty good. Basis of the story is that a kid asks his teacher if something is similar to what Jesus said, and she replies, yeah, and then she says the verse that Jesus said and said it's kind of a lot like that. And after a series of events, she then has to go to court because of it, which tends to happen. We've talked about that a few times here. I'm curious as to what you guys have to say, though. Did you watch the first one or not? Do you want to see this? I wonder what you guys have to say. And our final story of the day brings us to Pakistan in a news story that we don't hear nearly enough. You probably know, but Pakistan has heavy discrimination for Christians. They've been given a derogatory name, looked very down upon, and treated as second-class citizens. Well, there's this group of Muslims, about 500 strong. They're all mostly youth. And they're making it a point to start calling Christians Masa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it means people of the Messiah. And it's not just that they started calling people this, because that's not going to really change anything. They've actually started a real campaign for it. The hope is that calling Christians the people of the Messiah and not so much something derogatory may actually bring a positive light onto Christians. Hopefully, Christians in Pakistan use that light well. If so, they have a good chance of changing the way people view them in Pakistan. And I hope you realize that this is kind of a big deal. I mean, we don't usually hear news about Muslims in the Middle East in a positive light. This doesn't just help the Christians in the Middle East. If these 500 succeed in changing the way people look at Christians there, people may get to see Muslims in a different light as well. Kind of cheesy, but it's amazing what doing stuff for others can actually do for you. And that's where we're gonna end today's show. I think that's a good place to stop. So, question of the day, God's Not Dead 2. You gonna watch it? Are you not? Are you excited for it? Are you not? Leave a comment in the comment section down below with your answer. Make sure you check out geeksondergrace.com for more geeky content. My name's Cody Armour, bringing you Christian news in a not so boring kind of way every Tuesday and Thursday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray, and to everybody like, subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.